friends with Tom, and I just texted him, checking in, how, hope everything's good with the divorce, blah, 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 blah. We can kind of, if you want to,
tag
Summer Bears if you need, and Tom's response was not happening this summer. It's one of those things where, Tom has been public.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about when it comes to the Bears right now.
Let me tell you something right now. Out of all the people we know, and we know a lot of people who are making real money, and we're at the point now, we've been doing this so long, where it's like we've watched our peers become moguls. So Tom, out of all of them, is the shrewdest. Like, when I was talking to Tom once, I did a show with him. I opened up for him at the freaking United Center, right? He killed whatever. And then immediately after, within 5 seconds, somebody came up to him with the clipboard and was going over the F&B, the merchandise, the food and beverage, the merchandise, the numbers in, numbers out.
See, respect, but I didn't do comedy to gay shit like that. Comedians becoming businessmen sucks.
Yeah.
That's not who the fuck we are. We're not smart, and we're not business guys.
That's why Christina wanted the divorce.
Why can't we just be fun? Yeah. Look, I will say, who do you think it's more fun to be married to?
Yeah.
A fun fat guy or a guy on peptides?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So Tom Segura and Christina P. are getting a divorce. And that means it was just a matter of time before their friends started talking about it. Stavros Halkias just had Chris Distefano on his podcast Stavvys World, and considering the two of them hosted Two Bears, One Cave last summer, I think everyone is desperate to hear what they think about the Tom and Christina divorce. Take a look.
Such a beautiful. This is a Summer Bears reunion.
And it's one of those things where, Tom has been public.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about when it comes to the Bears right now.
Yeah. Tom's been very public, and I said, and I'm good friends with Tom, and I just texted him, checking in, how, hope everything's good with the divorce, blah, 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 blah. And then I said, hey man, dude,
who's your guy?
Yeah.
You're like, where are you hiding your money? Because I'm getting the reason I've been thinking the reason you probably took so long to get married is because you were figuring out opening up accounts in the Cayman Islands.
Yes. Yeah. And the thing is, it just takes a little while because my father doesn't have a criminal background. So the Cayman Islands were just a little slow, but we did officially get it done. And it feels
and on paper, you're on food stamps.
Oh, dude, it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. I mean, yeah, dude. And so I asked Tom, I said, dude, Stavros, I know he's home now. He's been in the movies, but so I said, we can kind of, if you want to, tag Summer Bears if you need, and Tom's response was not happening this summer. So it's just one of those things where I think Tom is saying, you know what? I may get clipped in the divorce.
I think let them finish all their legal proceedings before they learn their lesson.
Right.
First off, love that they bring up Tom and Christina's divorce at the beginning of the episode. No shame in their game. But of course, because they're women-hating men, they're more concerned with what's happening to Tom's money rather than what's going to happen to his children. I'm not surprised that Tom turned down Chris's offer to host Two Bears, One Cave again this summer. Clearly, Tom wants the limelight at all costs and couldn't possibly try to go quiet until he sorts things out for the sake of his kids. Tom is just such an attention and money whore, and I think it's obvious Chris and Stavros saw this divorce coming due to Tom's obsession with money. Take a look.
Right. Yeah.
Trusting two fucking idiots like us.
I know. Well, it was one of those things.
$1 million property.
Where I know I asked Tom once. Tom was like, I was like, how you liking Summer Bears or Winter Bears? He's like, dude, I love it. He was like, and I love it because the first 30 minutes of seemingly every episode is just you two shitting on Bert. So he was like, Bert kind of just, he was like, I watch Bert just kind of taking all this in about how the comedy scene really feels about him. And then he said, it's fun for me to watch Bert.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, smart for Tom, because this would have been his summer. This would have been the summer that Tom's in the crosshairs. That's why he's the shrewdest between the two of them.
Let me tell you something right now. Out of all the people we know, and we know a lot of people who are making real money, and we're at the point now, we've been doing this so long, where it's like we've watched our peers become moguls. Some of them become moguls. And it's just one of those things where, but Tom, out of all of them, is the shrewdest. Like, Tom is one of those guys. When I was talking to Tom once, I did a show with him. I opened up for him at the freaking United Center, right? He killed whatever. And then immediately after, I was like, how'd you like the show? Tom was like, oh, it was great. Within 5 seconds, somebody came up to him with the clipboard and was going over the F&B, the merchandise, the food and beverage, the merchandise, and basically the profit in, the numbers in, numbers out.
See, respect, but I didn't do comedy to do gay shit like that.
I love how Stavros clocked that the reason Tom turned down Chris and him hosting the Two Bears, One Cave again was because Tom's a coward and knew he would get clowned on. And he couldn't face that reality, so he pussied out. All Tom cares about these days are money and status, and I think they just proved that with talking about how involved Tom is with his tour merchandising, food and beverage, etc. And once Tom got his loser foot in the door of Hollywood, he became a money maniac. Now with YMH Studios, he's a machine, a robot, a moneymaker focused only on building an empire. And it's pathetic. Being shrewd is not everything when you have children and a wife at home suffering, nor is weight loss when it turns you into a jerk who does peptides. Take a look.
Comedians becoming businessmen sucks.
Yeah.
That's not who the fuck we are. We're not smart and we're not business guys.
That's why Christina wanted the divorce.
Why can't we just be fun? Yeah. Look, I don't want to, I will not get, no conjecture here. Those are actual friends of ours going through a public divorce. I do not envy them.
Yeah.
But look, I will say, everyone's looking at it from the, fat
rich
guy
and
loses
hot.
weight.
Yeah.
He divorced. Who do you think it's more fun to be married to?
Yeah.
A fun fat guy or a guy on peptides?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if you had to pick in your old age, like, that's what I'm banking on.
100%.
For me.
I'll give Stavros credit here for being so honest about how much it would suck to be married to the peptides guy, and he's right. We've all seen Tom on JRE lately when all he wants to do is talk about peptides and getting his macros. And he's insufferable, and I imagine that's insufferable to live with too. Weight loss is a radical change, not just to someone's body, but to their personality too, and we forget that. I do think Tom's drastic weight loss could be partly to blame for the divorce, as Tom went from being the funny fat guy to the skinny jerk no one will ever like. He's the only man alive that lost weight and got uglier. So where does he get off having no personality talking about lame stuff? Take a look.
I dialed in, not with croissants, but I've dialed in my nutrition a lot more. Like I eat 4 times a day now. And I'm on top of my macros. You know what I mean? Things I've never done before.
Why do you eat 4 times a day?
This nutritionist just gave me this plan, and I've been just doing it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I eat 50 grams of protein at each of those 4 different meals.
Okay.
So I end up getting 200 grams.
So you do smaller meals that are lower in calories but high in protein.
Yeah. Yep. And then I also carb cycle. So like I know. If today was legs, I know that it's a more intense workout. I'll do the full portions of these carbs, right? Which sometimes is sweet potatoes or white rice. But on a day, if it's a rest day or I'm doing like less intense workout, I'll dial back how much of those carbs I eat.
Do you take a pre-workout?
I have a pre-workout meal every time. So like in the morning, I've been getting up at 5:30. So I get
what?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
I mean, because I've been in the writers' room on season 2 of Bad Thoughts. So I've been getting up at 5:30, and my pre-workout meal are these like, I guess it's like muesli kind of like grains, with some honey, a little bit of almond butter, and then I have Greek yogurt with a scoop of whey protein. So that's my pre-workout. And after that, I go to the gym. And then during the workout, I sometimes have an intra-workout shake. Sometimes
really?
I just, yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, I feel much better doing it that way. I do. And then I eat again about an hour after that workout. So that's my second meal. Then a few hours later is 3, and then my fourth one is like around 6.
So you have your second meal by the time it's like 8 a.m.?
Maybe like 9:30. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
What time are you going to bed at night?
Well, that's the key to this whole fucking thing. That's the key to the whole thing, is that you go, to do this, I got to do this. And to do that, I got to do that. And to do that, I got to get up early. And the only way I can get up early is by staying on top of when I go to bed.
Yikes, that man has no personality. He has become everything he would have once hated, and it's the worst to listen to. I'm glad Stavros and Chris can kind of see what's going on with Tom and Christina's marriage and recognize that Tom is only focused on money and business these days, and it's made him an absent father and husband. Take a look.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been to every state at this point.
Well, you tour.
Like a maniac.
I know.
Well, I can ask you about that.
Yeah.
Okay. You have 2 kids. How old?
Yep.
6 and 4.
Okay. So this is like almost like abusive, right? How much he tours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And that's an issue. Is that an issue?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And what will you talk about it?
Oh, on air on this show? No, but in private, yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's terrible.
Why don't you talk about it on there? Okay, how old are the kids again?
4 and 6.
Oy.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 and 6.
You like your fucking life, Christina?
I know.
What a cop-out. These things aren't mutually exclusive. You can have a good life and not need to abandon your family excessively. Tom is not a good man, and I think even his close friends know this and are willing to say it in not so many words. I think Chris and Stavros are two doofuses who don't have anything interesting to say most of the time, but I'm glad they see through him. Tom's priorities are fucked, he's a selfish narcissist, and he's ruined his relationship with his audience. He's become a machine trying to build an empire because Daddy never loved him enough, and now the rest of us have to suffer with subpar comedy thematically penis-related. Here's hoping Christina fares better. What do you think? Is Stavros right that Tom becoming skinny ruined his marriage? Do you think Chris and Stavros were low-key dissing Tom by calling him the most business shrewd? Let me know, and thank you so much for watching.